G'day team, Jeremy Britton, 24-hour wealth coach, down on the beach this morning after my sunrise meditation, and there's the sunrise and the beach in case you missed it. Had a particularly long meditation this morning. It was my 400th check-in yesterday, and wanted to do something special this morning, and it was really great. I actually had a vision this morning during my meditation and thought I'd share it with you. The vision that I got was of a very long, winding spiral staircase, and the staircase had no guardrails on either side. It started out right at the very bottom in complete darkness, and as you got higher and higher up, the spiral staircase got wider and wider, and eventually came into full light, 100% light, warmth and bliss really. And the impression that I got was at the absolute top, at the pinnacle, was complete enlightenment, complete love, complete warmth. And right down the bottom was complete ignorance and of a spiritual nature. And people were on the staircase, walking up the staircase. And when you got to the top, when you got to complete, absolute enlightenment, when you get to the stage where you're Jesus or you're Buddha or you're God and you know everything, then there's no more surprises. And some people were getting to the top of the staircase and going, well, this is fantastic, but now there's no more surprises, and I actually want to experience surprise. I want to hear a noise and go, oh, I wonder what sort of bird that is. And I want to experience different things. So people who got to the very top, some of them then chose to go right back down to the very bottom. And right back down to the very bottom in complete darkness and ignorance, they became babies. And a baby's not even aware that it's a spiritual being. A baby is not even aware that it's actually a baby. And as people were walking up the staircase, there's some people who are starting to come into a little bit of light, a little bit of awareness. And they were looking back down at the people in the darkness. And sometimes it was, I want to help these people, I want to shine a little light on them. And sometimes it became a judgmental thing. And looking down at these people in the darkness going, they don't know what they're doing, these stupid people in the darkness, they're ignorant, they're cold, why aren't they up here where I am? Looking down at them and going, they're in the dark, they're in the cold, they're trying to do different things to warm them up, they just need to come up here. And a controlling thing. And looking at them going, okay, these people, they're drinking too much to try to warm themselves up, they're smoking too much, they're having sex too much to try and warm themselves up. They just need to walk further up the spiritual path. And the thing is, when people are stopping and looking down and judging others, number one, they have to stop to look. So they're no longer walking on their own spiritual path, they're no longer progressing. You know from the laws of nature, if you're not growing, you start to decay. If you're not putting energy in the system, the chaos and the entropy increases. The other thing with stopping and looking down on others, if you lean over too far, you actually fall. And I'm sure you've all seen this with Hollywood celebrities who climb higher and higher and higher up, and then all of a sudden they get involved in a drug scandal, or particularly with the religious people, they climb higher and higher up and then they get involved in a sex scandal or something like that. And they may have spent too much time looking down on others and actually fallen over the edge. The spiral staircase image that I had this morning, it was just helpful. It's not necessarily the way the world is or the way the world functions, but it gave me an understanding and a bit of a revelation on just taking a step every day, taking it slowly, keep on looking up and aim to inspire others. You can make a bit of noise, but don't stop and spend too much time looking down on others. Look at yourself, and sure, you can sprint up the stairs, but you're going to exhaust yourself and need to take a rest. Just a little day, a little step, one at a time, keep on going, and then eventually when you get to the top, you might decide to go back down to the bottom, or you might decide to stay there. I'm not sure, I haven't got there yet, but it's just one daily discipline, one step at a time, and not spending too much time stopping and looking down on others, but just focusing on where you need to be, stepping up to the next level on a consistent basis every day. It's a really good message from me. I really enjoyed that, and I hope that you got some benefit out of it. enjoy your daily discipline, enjoy your meditation, your self-improvement, you're going to the gym, whatever you do to make yourself a better person. I'll see you soon down on the beach or at 24hourwealthcoach.com.